Okay, we're going to do a really short leg session now. So working your inner thigh, outer thigh, front of your legs, back of your legs, bum, everything. So we're going to start in kneeling. If you have any issues with your knees, then this is probably one to miss out because we do a little bit of thigh stretching, which pulls on your knees quite a lot. So maybe choose a different exercise or just miss out the beginning bit, the thigh stretches, and come to the side lying bit where we do the rest of the legs. Anyway, let's get going. So grow nice and tall. You want a gap between your knees. Nice, tall, upright body. Pull your tummy in and up, shoulders back and down, arms are going to come out in front. You'd start to take a little lean back with a nice straight back and then push on your feet to come back up to the top. So you're leaning back for a count of 3, 2, 1, push to come back up to the top. Actually, I want you to push so hard on your feet that you almost tip forwards. So leaning back, 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 push. Whoa, I nearly did tip forwards, leaning back, 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 and push. We've got 5 to go. So you should feel a nice stretch in the front of your legs and lots of work. Keeping your tummy pulled in and up, shoulder blades down. Last 2. Last 1. And hold it there. You're going to bring your hands down by your sides. And now you're going to send your bum back and then draw it back up. So as your bum goes down, your arms come forwards. We've got 10 like this. So again, working the front of your legs. So you're not sitting your bum all the way down. It's just hovering off your heels just a little bit. We've got 3 to go. 2. On this last one, can you hold down in a little hover there? So you should have a little air gap between your bum and your heels. Bring your hands down to your hips. You're just going to shift your hips from side to center, side to center. You should feel a bit of a burn in your legs now. Side, center, side, center. We're aiming for 10. We've got 4 more. 2 more. Come back to the middle there, tuck your tailbone under and then untuck. 10 of these, tuck and untuck. Your bum is still hovering off your feet. Don't be tempted to let it sink down. If you want to make it harder, come up to about halfway. Woo. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Grow nice and tall. Bring your hands down there. Oh, let your legs have a little rest. Staying in this 4-point kneeling position, then with your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, pull your tummy in. Can you flex your foot there? Leading with your heel, can you lift your leg up to the ceiling and lower? So a good old donkey kick here. So now working the back of your leg and your bum, keeping that nice right angle at your leg. So I'm always looking down at my knees. Actually, we don't want your neck to be there. You want to be looking just in front of your fingers. So you've got a nice aligned neck. Good, last 3, 2, hold it up on this last one and pulse, pulse, pulse. We've got 10 of these. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down there, swap to the other side. So flex your foot, drive those hands into the mat, tummy in, kick the leg up, draw it back in, and kick. And draw it back in. So you might notice as I bring my leg up, I'm not dipping in my back. Your tummy position should stay exactly the same, and therefore your back position should stay exactly the same as you bring your leg up and down. Last 3, 2, hold it up on this last one and pulse for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come down there. We're going to come into a side lying position now to work the outside of your leg and your inner thigh. So you can either have your head propped up or you can bring your head all the way down. Make a nice straight line with your legs. Pull your tummy in and up, and then you're going to bring your legs slightly forwards. I'm just off the mat a little bit there. There we go. Take a tiny bend in that bottom leg and then float the top leg up just to hip height, and then reach that leg out nice and long. You want your hips to be stacked one on top of the other. So you don't want to be back here. Imagine there's a champagne glass on this top hip. Now can you turn your toes out ever so slightly? So that just loads up your bum. So you should have felt your bum could be quite relaxed, or a little bit relaxed in this position. And if you turn your toes out, your bum switches on much more. Now we're going for little circles. So imagine that you're using your top heel to just cuff that bottom leg. You're trying to keep your body as still as possible as you do this circling. Good. And reverse the circles. It's like you're spinning your foot in a tiny cauldron. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the leg up there at hip height. Stretch it nice and long. Keep that turn out of the toes. You're going to lift your leg up and resist on the way down. So imagine your foot is attached to a spring and the spring is on the ceiling. So you can spring that leg up and then you want to resist the pull of that spring, as you come down. So up and resist and up. Ooh, and resist. And so what you don't want to do is what I just did, which is as you lift your leg up, you don't want to rock back. I think my body just wanted to cheat. Good. 4 to go. Spring up, resist down. You choose how high you bring that leg. Working the inner thigh and the outer thigh. Last one. Hold it there if you can. Stretch that leg nice and long. Pull your tummy in. Kick the leg forwards. Big circle back now. We've got 5 in each direction. Kick forwards. Big circle. Now you're spinning your foot inside a giant cauldron. Oh, 2 more. Then we go back the other way. Squeeze your bum. Load your bum muscle up. Then lift that leg up high. Circle it forwards. Good. 3 to go. This is tough, but really good work for your legs. Last one. Good. Bring your leg down there. Have a little rest. Doing all of that on the other side. And then we're done. So start off in that nice long lying position. Prop your head up if you want, or drop your head all the way down. Straighten out through both legs. Bring them slightly forwards. Take a tiny bend in that bottom leg. Make sure your hips are stacked and then float that top leg up. Then you're going to turn your toes out slightly, little circles. Just cuffing the bottom foot with your heel. Keeping your body position nice and still. Loading up your bum. Back the other way. Hold it there. Leg comes up. Resist down. Spring up. Resist down. So remember to keep your body position really still. It's really tempting to rock back and bend a little bit at the waist here, and that's not what you want. So your toes are turned out. It's just your leg coming up and resisting down, which makes it so much harder. I always think these exercises look so easy when you watch someone do them, but I can feel my whole body juddering. And that's partly because I'm thinking about that imaginary resistance, and I'm pulling against it, and that's activating my inner thigh as I pull my leg down. I've lost count. 2 more. Just get to 10 and stop. Hold it there with your foot hovering off. Restack your hips. We're going to kick the leg forward. Circle it back. Kick the leg forwards. Big circle back. Good. This is hard work. Mobilizing your hip. Working your glutes. Woo. Last set of 5 now. Going back the other way. Squeeze your bum back. Lift that leg forwards. 3 to go. 2. 1. Good. Bring your leg down there. All the hard work is done. Have a little lie on your back. Start by stretching out through your legs and just letting any tension go from your hip flexors. And then when you're ready, take a bend in both legs. Cross one ankle over the other knee. And then open up through that knee. And you might find that that's enough. So I'm finding that that's enough today. Normally I can't feel this. But because we've just done those big circles, I can feel it in my hips here. So have a gentle push on your knee just to open up through that hip. And then if you want to, you can bring all of that in towards your chest. I still try to push out through my knee. I try and hook my elbow over, but if that just feels really awkward, then don't worry about it. Just pull it in towards your chest to get that stretch in the outside of your hip and in your bum. And then lower down there, swap onto the other side. So cross your ankle over your knee, open up through that hip, give your leg a little push. And then when you're ready, bring all of that in towards your chest. Stretch out through your bum a bit more. And lower down there. Roll onto your front. Just a little quad stretch. Lying on your front, forehead on your hand. Bring your foot back towards your bum. If you don't like this, then you could be in a kneeling position. One foot on the mat, one knee on the mat, like a lunge position. Stretching out through your hip flexor there. Swap onto the other side to bring your foot back towards your bum. Stretch out through your quad and your hip flexor. You can drive your hips forwards into the mat to bring that stretch further up into your hip. And relax there. Come up to a seated position, and you're all done.